Well, I'm trying out a new camera and maybe you can see a difference, maybe you can't. I don't know. It's hard to see in the viewfinder with a light blinding you. But anyway, I've got something here. It looks like a bit of a Roman coin, but it probably isn't. But have a look. So there it is. And it looks like a bit of bronze. And it's really thick, Roman thick. But it could be something else entirely different. But anyway, I'm going to put that in my pocket. That's the first find of the day. Well, here's the first coin of the day. It's a tiny, tiny little scrap over down here. Tiny signal, tiny little bit of a coin. Well, this is a military button because on the back it's got that sort of like a tripod. You could thread it through different sides to make sure it didn't come off. And it's only the military buttons I've seen that on. And it's thick like a military button. And it looks like it's been eroded away, but we might be able to find something on the front of it. This will be from the early 1800s, Napoleon's time. Well, this is a first. I've never found one of these before, and it's very weird. I'll show it to you right now. And there it is. It's a lead now. A lead now? What use is a lead now? Maybe it's some magical significance. I don't know. I don't know. If you know, post below. A lead now. Definitely a lead now. That's a little button. Very sketchy signal. Nice little button, 1700s. And on one of these little button signals, I got a Celtic silver unit out of here. The only one I've ever got out of this field. And look at that. So, still learning the DS2, and it's winkling the little finds out. Well, I don't think that's too new. Look at the lumpiness of that screw thread. And it's in a piece of copper or bronze. So it's an old thing. I have no idea what it's for. It was tapered. Well, it's got a bit of age to it, that one. In the pocket it goes. Well, here's a nice coin. Don't know what it is. It's probably a liard. And it's the first full coin of the day. And that's looking like Louis the 15th or 14th, I can't remember which, with a crown on the back of his head. And that would be a liard. That's my guess. And this is probably the last find of the day. Because I'm packing in. I've only done it for about an hour, but I'm out of training. But I saw it fall in the hole about here. I thought I did. Where are you? I'm sure I saw a coin. Ah, there it is. And there it is. It's a 5 centimes. Napoleon III, the emperor with a goatee. No, it's a Van Dyke. No, it's a goatee. No, it's a Van Dyke. Who knows? Anyway, there he is. 1850 or something. Well, I'm telling you straight, this new Sony special camera for blogging, and I'm trying to find the name of it, Z something or other. It better be tough because I've already dropped it twice. Oh yes, there's a big thumping great thumbprint on the lens too. Oh yes, but anyway, I'm trying to get a better look than my old Sony. Anyway, got a coin in here. It's very strange looking. Let's go and have a look. And there it is. And I don't know what it is. It's not. Maybe it's a bell seal of some sort. Let's get it. And no, it's a button. It's actually a button. You see? That's that bit on the end there. Oh, that's unexpected. Anyway, bit of a pewter button. So I'm using the new Sony blogging handheld camera as opposed to my normal video thing. And I hope it's rugged because I dropped it twice and I've got a big thumbprint on the lens and it's covered in dust already. So it's going to have to be rugged. And it's meant to be anti-shake, but I'm shaking like a leaf, so, you know, we will see what the results are like. That was a nice little hunt. Got a few nice little coins in there. Getting my treasure hunting muscles back up to fitness again. And with this new Sony camera, there'll be a link below. It might make you want to buy it, it might make you not want to. We'll find out when I turn this into a video. Anyway, see you soon. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe, because that really does help me, helps me a lot. The more subscribers I get, the more YouTube shows to people, the more subscribers I get. So it's a virtuous circle, and please help me get on that. Anyway, see you soon. Bye now. Well, I thought this field was seeded, but my lovely farmer told me 2 days ago that a lorry would go by as soon as I started to try to film. Nothing for, 20 minutes. Anyway, 3 cars. Must be an important find. Must be. Anyway, I found this on this field, and I got the headphones on for a change because I'm going to go over by the lovely farmer's father's house, and I don't really want to get disturbed him with beep, 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 bang, bang, get all the dogs barking. But anyway, this is what's come up. I reckon that this is a weight, an apotheca's weight, or something similar to that. But I'll weigh it and see what it says. It might be a weight. Traffic jam. So anyway, there you have it. A triangle of copper, and I think that might be a weight. In the pocket it goes. Well, I've got to a really annoying piece on this field. It's full of melted bronze, which could mean that it's like something Roman going on here, because it's, you know, quite thick bronze, and it's nice bronze. And you can't really leave a signal like that in the ground. You have to dig it up, but you know it's going to be a bit of melted bronze, but you can't dig it up. So anyway, I dug it up, and it's a bit of melted bronze. But it could be really old melted bronze, but I don't know. But anyway, I'm pushing on. Now this is an interesting one. Is that a bullet? Or is that a sling weight? Or is that something else? I don't know. Now it looks like it's got markings on it. Now whether that's the plough or me, I don't think it's me. But you see it's that sort of eggy shape. Heavy lead. So if you know, post below. Well, that may be a cut piece of silver. It's definitely cut. It's definitely small. It doesn't bend. And as always, there's a car to go by. So I'm thinking that that's, well, it's definitely cut. And it's not lead. So it might be a cut piece of silver. And there's that little cross down there. I think it is, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, that's a cut coin. So you see that cross? That makes it a cut piece of silver coin, I would think. Ah, really good. Don't find much silver in this there parts. Oh yes, very nice. Oh, it's going to start to rain now. Oh no, please don't start to rain. So in here we have an ancient gem studded in rubies. Look at that. Yes, definitely Anglo-Saxon king stuff, this. Or a bicycle reflector. And that's what that will be. Not a gem-studded brooch from the Anglo-Saxon period or the Charlemagne period or the Merovingians, but a bicycle reflector. Oh yes. Don't know what this is, but it's very good metal. And I'm going to concentrate around here because there's another signal only 2 foot to my left, which is probably more of this. Or maybe not. Well, that was another big bit of copper. Different material though. Nonetheless, a big bit of copper. Now, I'm thinking about putting that in my pocket, just in case it cleans up into being something. You never know till you know. Well, there's another chopped up smidgen of something. Could be a bit of a Roman, who knows? It looks pretty chopped to me. So I'm going to put that in the pocket and examine it closer. Well, it was a long hunt, but it's drizzling, it's not very nice. And I found nothing but rubbish. Nice little silver bit, but apart from that, really nothing else. So, going to call it a day. Going to be back out tomorrow. See you then. Bye now. Well, first find of the day, it's in here. And it's a coin that's very low reading. Have a look. So, there it is. And that's going to be a denier, I should think. Mind you, it's so low, I thought it'd be a button. Because that came up as 65. There's not much left of that coin. But that will be a denier. You see how thin it is. That thinness shows you that it's not a Roman, because Romans tend to be quite thick. But anyway, no details on that. But that will be a 1 penny equivalent in France of about 1600. I was not expecting that. Now that is a 1 centime of Napoleon III, the Emperor with the goatee. Oh, the Van Dyke! The Emperor with the Van Dyke. And it's a tiny little coin, and it was a 48 signal. Look at that. Lovely little coin. One of my favourite finds, actually. Because it's a very small coin. And that's a lovely one to find. 48 on the Deus 2. And that's an example of you've got to dig it all, you've got to dig it all, because that's a foily signal. And, you know, I've dug up a lot of foil on this field in the last day or so. And I'm persisting with it. And I thought, yeah, I go, oh no, I'm not going to dig up more foil. And it's not, it's a coin. So you have got to dig it all. You have got to dig it all. Okay, well, this is the first live dig with the Z1. Is it the Z1? The new Sony blogging camera. So let's see how its stability fares. Let's see if we get stable vision. Oh, it's out. Look at that. Now, this is going to be a big copper coin, I would think. Big copper something, or something similar. Well, can't see it. Oh, there we go. That's it. And that is looking like a military button. Let's see. You can see the edge there. Let's see if I can get it in good light. So there's the find. And that's the top of it. Now this is a grenadier's button. You see, there's the grenade with the flames. Yep. And I'm not gonna, I'll take the back off a bit maybe. Don't rub the button. So anyway, I'm gonna put that in the pocket. Pocket will clean that up. That's a grenadier's badge from probably the Napoleonic War. We like those. Oh, yes. Now this was quite a small signal, although it was sharp. It was still nonetheless quite small. I expect that would have been much bigger. That's a 5 centimes Napoleon III. It was sharp, but it wasn't very big, which is a bit strange. I think I'm going to test this out and see what it sounds like on the surface. So that is a fired musket ball. Round on one side and flat where it hit something. Probably the ground. That's a big bit of copper. And I guess it could be a ring. It's a bit big for a ring. Doesn't look cut off a pipe. It's a bit too regular for that. So that's a mystery item, number one. It must be a good find because a car's going by. Anyway, we'll clean it up and see if there's anything to see on it. But that's pretty regular. Thumb ring. Be a big thumb. Well, if it's got a pattern on it, we'll know. If not, we'll just have to wonder. This is a mystery field for me because it's literally 50 yards away from lots of wonderful stuff. There doesn't seem to be much on it, if anything. There's been a few bits and bobs over the years, but nothing much. But I'm waiting to find the hotspot. I know it's here. Well, it probably isn't. But I'm going to go over everything at least 3 or 4 times before I give up on it. But anyway, so far, a few coins, not so bad. And I hope the Sony's got this wonderful dead cat built into it. I hope it's working because the wind is whistling past my ears. So we'll find out about this Sony Z1. I can't remember the name. It'll be in the link below. Whether it can keep that wind noise out, which is also important. Now this is my excited face, I think. Oh, you know what I think it is. It's not going to be. Oh, it could be. It's only, I don't know, 50 yards away from where I found one. It's on the other side of the road. There's not much here. But this could be one. Have a look. Now, I'm thinking that that's going to be a cut Roman coin. This is all I've done with it so far. Don't rub the Roman. Oh, it's looking useful. Let's rub the other side. Well, it's got to be, hasn't it? It's got to be, hasn't it? Maybe not. Maybe not. We will find out later when I gently clean it up and take off all the rubbish and see what's underneath. But I'm thinking that that is a cut Roman coin. But I could be wrong. It could be a bullet. Bit of squashed lead. Don't know until we know. Well, that's a humongous bit of pot, I think. there's a little lip there. Must be a good find because the car's going by. So, I don't know, I think that's off a pot. Big pot. Got smashed up. Cut up. Don't know. Anyway, in the bag it goes, not me pocket. Shouldn't think it's old. Big bit of copper. No, could be a bangle, I suppose. But it's not ancient. I think that's one for the bag. Well, it's got me going, but it isn't like the other one. I'm pretty sure now isn't. I think it's a bit of zinc, the one that I thought was a Roman coin. I thought this might be a Roman coin, still could be, but I think it's not going to be. I think it's going to be a button. Let's go have a look together. Yeah, you see, you know. That way up, covered in dirt, looked useful, but no, it's a Buttoni. This field is full of stray bits of copper like this. It's very frustrating because, you know, you can't not dig that. You just can't, because it could be a coin. I mean, you know, this could be a small Roman or whatever. And it's just full of bits of little copper like this. It's driving me nuts. Interesting bit of metal. And I'm wondering what it is. And I think it's something to do with a buckle or a shoe. Because, have a look down here. Now that goes in the bag, but that is the bottom of a shoe, for sure, a boot. So I'm guessing that might have something to do with it. Huh. Well, it's quite well preserved, isn't it? But anyway, back in the field it goes. Well, I can't remember being on a field with such a lot of lumpos. A rubbishy metal, copper, lots and lots of copper, bits and bobs, but nothing worth finding. There's a big lumpo lead. I can't remember when I last had such a frustrating and fruitless hunt. All right, I got a nice couple of coins, I got a nice button, but tons and tons of rubbish. I got a sack full of little copper bits and bobs. Totally frustrating. Oh, another bit and bob. But, you know, apart from those 3 or 4 things, nothing at all. So what you'll be seeing will be part of a longer video. Well, hopefully I'll find something. But anyway, see you again on another day. Bye now. First coin of the day on this new field. Very, very quiet field, but this is going to be a liard, I think, which is really nice to find. So hopefully it'll be a bit more where this came from. So there it is. Not much to see. I think it's probably going to be a liard. We'll find out later. Well, this is an ancient road going right up there. And, well, maybe not that ancient, but old enough. Little bag seals just come off it. So we'll see if we find any coins. So we've gone across the road from that road. And just on the other side, we pick up this. I think this is a mount, a leather mount. A decoration rather than a button. So that's my guess, a nice little copper mount. It always amazes me, on one side of the road you've got nothing. You go across the road a few yards and then boom, you get stuff. Well, hopefully this is the case here. Anyway, we'll see in a minute. So here we go, nice little 1400s buckle. And it's a heavy old one, it's not your little fine ones that you often get. This is actually really quite a weight. So that's nice. It was a very little signal there, although it was about 8 inches down, maybe 9. Oh yes, nice one. Well, it's the first spindle whirl of the day. So that's the spindle whirl du jour. And I'm always thinking these are 1600s, 1700s, but actually they could be older, but I don't think so. But this is a 13th, 14th and 15th century site. Or should I say 14th, 15th and 16th century site. I always get them wrong when I say that. But this is probably later, I would say, than the early stuff. This is likely to be a liard. Second liard of the day. Very, very worn. Won't be much to see on it though. So, sort of early 1700s. This appears to be it. And it's a Morse code device. some sort of handle. Don't know. Don't know. If you know, post below. Well, there you go. A musket ball. Fired one by the looks of it. Not finding much, but we push on. So that could be a ring. It could be a buckle. It could just be a ring thing, as you know who says. But anyway, not bad. It might turn into something, and I've cleaned it up a bit, but I think that's old, and it's possibly a ring. I've got a feeling it could be a ring, but it'll take a little bit more study, I think, to find out. It could be my excited face, but I think it's more my what is it face. Anyway, if you know, post below, and then if I find out, well, you won't have to post below, will you? But have a look at this. So it's very heavy, feels like it could be lead or it could be brass, and that's what it is. A flat base and a funny pointy top. I think it's a weight, but it might not be. We'll find out later, and if I don't find out, you can post your guesses or your deep, profound knowledge of artifacts. With this new Sony camera, there's a fair old wind whistling past my ears. So if you can't hear it, it's doing a really good job with its built-in dead cat on the top of its body, which you just clip on. If you can't hear the wind, well, it's not doing such a great job. We'll see later when I put the film on my editor whether it's doing a good job, and I hope it is. Running out of gas here, and there's a little musket ball for our troubles. This is a ZV-1 V-Log camera by Sony. And, well, I think it's probably very good, and you'll be able to see the results. Now, it's got its own dead cat on it to stop the wind noise. My hand's shaking like a leaf because it always does, so you'll be able to judge the auto-stabilisation of it for yourselves. And of course there's noise in the background, it's been silent for days, but anyway, never mind. So I'm here on the road of treasure, and they've gone and raked it over to get the manure in, and I thought I'd go on it and see if it turns up anything that was 5 or 6 inches down or on its edge, and see if I can find some more stuff before it's planted with corn and it's closed for another year. So anyway, right down here by the car, there's another signal, so the idea is working out, because I've been on this a few times, to say the least, since it's been ploughed last, and nothing was coming up in the final hunt. But now they've raked it over a bit. There's a coin, and it's right down there. Let's go have a look. And it actually wasn't very deep, and there it is. I turned it over. I knew it was going to be a coin because it was an 89, and there it is. And that's going to be a liard. Well, I can tell you right now that that is a penknife, or what's left of one. Anyway, can you see it? It's a surface find. I literally just kicked it over, and I think it's actually, wouldn't that be a thing? Actually, might be a silver penknife, because it's coming out looking silver to me. Out. There's a nail there. I don't really want to push too hard on. Yeah, that's going to be silver, isn't it? Look at that. How bright that is. So somebody lost their penknife, or perhaps maybe it was a fruit knife. But you would have thought there's 2 fixing points here that would have wood on them, but you wouldn't put wood on silver now, would you? But anyway, we'll see later whether that's silver or not. Stainless steel maybe. But anyway, in the pocket that goes. That's nice. Oh yes, that's very nice. Well, of course, it's silver. Of course it is not. And it's an easy way to test it. Run it under your metal detector, because it was a surface find, so I didn't do that. But anyway, I've done it, and it's so stainless steel, not silver at all. But anyway, I put it in the pocket, because you're probably going to want a photograph, aren't you? So anyway, there you are. It's in the pocket. So here we are. Nice little find. Nice little hole. Probably a double tournoir or a denier. Let's have a look. So there she is. Don't rub the coin. Nothing on it to see. Probably nothing left. Yes. So that's three units, $3 or whatever. Off we go again. Well, let me tell you a secret. This is probably my last video, because I'm worn out now, and YouTube doesn't want creators like me, because when I do get a success, they just cut me off in the growth of the curve. So I'll have a good video, go way, bang, it gets smashed down within an hour or 3. If it's normal, it goes way. But if I get something that's too popular, they chop it off, which is, you know, very disheartening. I've really been struggling along, as I know a lot of other treasure hunting video people have been struggling along, because we're being pushed aside. And I know as a viewer of my stuff, you probably really like my stuff, and thank you very much for that. It's the only thing that's been keeping me going. But right now, I kind of had it. I've had 2 or 3 really good videos I did with Green Mountain detecting, and I feel like stopping now is leaving it a high. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm stopping now, and this is my last video. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much everybody that sent really, really nice messages to me over all the years. I really, really appreciate it. And now I'm drawing a line under this channel. I might be back later if I get some really good stuff and I film it and, you know, I feel that you should see it. I'll put it up, but I won't be doing everything every Saturday. I may never do another video ever again. So I'd like to say goodbye at this point and thank you for everything. Bye now. Well, hello everybody. Now this is the video I didn't think I was going to make. So I thought I would give a little bit of an explanation and tell you a story. Now the last video I made, where I said that was it for my channel, I thought it was going to be it for my channel. I was on the road to treasure. Lumps and bumps, aches and pains, not finding much. I'd done a few hunts before that, and I was going to end up with a video. And that video, you know, you would probably see it, but most people wouldn't. And I'd get 2,500 views, I get no subscribers, and it's thankless. It really is thankless. Apart from you saying thank you, which means a lot to me. And what means even more to me, in a little bit of a mercenary way, is the people that buy me coffees. And there's a guy that buys me 10 coffees, and boy, do I drink 10 coffees a lot. And him and a few other people were really the only thing that kept me going, because I take those few dollars and I multiply it by 100, and I get a number that says, wow, you know, I've got friends out there, I've got people that like my stuff out there. And that was the only reason I'd been doing it for about the last year, was because of you. And anyway, so there I am, lumbering around in pain, not finding anything. And I go, I really need to stop doing this, because, you know, it's a lot of effort. I could have written several novels in the time that I've made all these videos. And by the way, I've written about a dozen of them, so, you know, I'm not just picking that off the top of my head. And novels pay, well, not really, but, you know, you see what I'm saying. And I've written many, many, many albums too, and I'm not doing any of those, I'm making these videos. And all I'm getting is YouTube basically suppressing me, and, you know, only the real fan base, hardcore fan base, finding me, you know. It's a heartbreaker. Oh, by the way, I've just got over COVID. Yeah, again, second time. Not so bad this time, but anyway. Yes, so there I was in the field, in pain, not finding anything. Going to be doing a video. It was going to get watched by, you know, 2,500 people, rather than the, you know, 20,000. That would kind of be the sort of number that would keep me going. And I'm thinking, right, I'm going to stop. Now, the other half of my brain's going, no, you can't stop, you can't stop. You've been doing this for 5 years. You've got people out there that wait for you to come on Saturday afternoon, and you can't just let them down like that. And the pain half of me goes, yes, I can. This is not something that is supportable. I'm going to stop. No, you can't stop. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. So anyway, stumbling across the field, and I get a signal. And it's a really good signal. It's a really, really good signal. And it's a 90, so on the dais, that could be silver. So I go, right, very simple. If this is silver, I'm going to carry on. If this is copper, that's it. I quit. I'm moving on. So anyway, I dig the hole. It's copper. So I go, right, done. I'm finished. Game over. That's all, folks. And then you saw the video. Now, I must say I was expecting a few people to go, oh, stop, no, don't do that. You know, make videos, please. But I wasn't expecting 1,000 people to do that. I wasn't expecting the sort of messages I've been getting. And they've really moved me. They really have moved me. And, you know, I've been sort of happy about that, and smug about that, and horrified by that. Because, you know, I don't really want to let all you people down. But on the other hand, I can't keep making videos every week, spending, you know, basically all my leisure time on making videos, and then have the companies who are making money out of me, but then throttle me. I mean, you know, if I make $100, they make $100, which is obviously not enough. And a lot of metal detector video makers out there will know the feeling. They used to get 30, 40, 50,000, maybe 200,000 views, and now they're getting 4s and 5s, lucky to get a 40,000 now and again. And what's changed, eh? What has changed? Well, I'll tell you what's changed. David Letterman. I get David Letterman pushed on me. I get loads of TV programs pushed on me. I get all sorts of TV rubbish that I don't watch. I haven't had a TV in 30 years pushed on me because that's what they want me to watch, because probably that's the stuff they've bought outright and they don't have to pay royalties on, and creators like me are actually kind of expensive for them. Anyway, so there I am looking at all this stuff going, oh no, what have I done? Oh no, oh, don't say that. Oh. So the next day after I posted my goodbye video, I go on the field behind me, which is a field of nothingness. I've been on it before. I actually found a nice jeton of whatever his name, Krunkerheisel Wisselwasser. The good old jeton you'll see now and again us Europeans and treasure hunters finding. They were for counting boards for accountants back in the day, would you believe it? Anyway, so I go on there, I'm going across the field, bing bing, 91. So this is the next day. And I remember him thinking, if that's a silver coin, I'm going to make videos. But of course, this is the next day. I posted the video saying goodbye. Anyway, that flashed through my mind. But of course, it's never going to be a silver coin. You just don't find them. One in every 80 or 90 coins are going to be silver. So anyway, I dig. And up pops something. It doesn't look silver. It looks Roman. It looks very Roman. And it's the wrong size for anything but a denarius. But it's not silver looking, but it is kind of silver looking. And I'm looking at it and I'm looking at it and I go, oh, that's a silver denarius. So one day later, up pops a silver coin, not just any old silver coin, but a silver denarius. So I'm a bit shaken by that. Anyway, so I look at it and I study it and I get it back and I start cleaning it up. It's not any old silver denarius. It's the silver denarius of Augustus Caesar, the first emperor of Rome. So, wow, you know, it's the second denarius I've ever found in however many years I've been treasure hunting, 30 years, 40 years, 20 years, 25, more than enough. Second denarius I've ever found, and Augustus. Anyway, I studied it more, and it's a coin that is actually celebrating his victory at Actium. And Actium was a battle between him and Mark Antony, and it was the defining battle, or rather the final battle, of him becoming the emperor after the murder of Julius Caesar. He was the nephew of Julius Caesar and his heir, and him winning the empire by fighting the forces that murdered Julius Caesar, and then fighting within his own group to become the undisputed world champion of Rome. So, wow, that's amazing. So I'm going, you know, I wished upon a silver coin, and the next day up pops a silver denarius of Augustus celebrating his most famous battle. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm not going to make a video every Saturday, but when I've got a video to show, I will put it up, and it really has to punch above the normal way of the stuff that I've been doing, because Google goes, nah, boring, and you don't get to see it. It doesn't push it out. Nobody comes and watches it. So it has to be good enough for all my subscribers to want to come, and for people to find it, and for there to be enough, well, likes and subscriptions, probably not what does it these days, but enough people jumping onto that from browse and from, well, we don't get suggested videos anymore. That's what tips you off that you're being strangled, because they don't give you suggested videos. Doesn't matter how well it goes, they won't give you any of those. So whatever it takes to get the algo to say, hey, we'll actually show it to people that like Chill Bill, we'll actually push it to them and see if they come, and we'll push it to a wider audience. I have to make those videos. So when I've got one, I'll put it up. Now, I do spot from all the lovely, lovely, lovely comments you've sent me that you actually rather like adventures as much as you like treasure hunting, and that You know, if I canoed down the Orinoco with a headhunter, you'd be happy enough to see that as me being afield finding a pot of silver coins. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take you along to things that are really interesting that you might not be able to go to yourself. Oh, I know you won't be able to go to yourself because it'll be, you know, country far away. So to take you with me as my friends, and that's really what I've come to the conclusion of. The people that watch me are my friends, and I'm going to take you on some special journeys, and when I've got special journeys to go on, I'll make videos and I'll put them up here, which might mean there might be famines of many, many weeks between videos. Or maybe not, I don't know yet. I don't really know what I'm going to do, but I will post videos that are special, like I hope this one is for all you people that said, please come back. Well, here I am. I hope they'll be as special as those videos that are to come. So here we go. Watch me find that Roman denarius of fate. Well, I've made myself go out. Oh yes, got to get out, stretch those bones, because those bones are aching, 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 and I need stretching, stretching, stretching. Dear idea. I'd never guess when I was a youngster this sort of thing happens to you. Must be important. Here comes a car. So anyway, this is the first find of the day, and I'm saying first coin find of the day, but it doesn't look really rather like a coin at all. But it must be a coin. Could be a button, I suppose. No, it's not. It's a coin. It's really deep. It was 10 inches deep. And I managed to fish it out with my pinpointer, right on the end of the pinpointer, going berserk. And then I couldn't get the camera to work, so I couldn't catch that moment. But anyway, this is what we got. And this will be a single tournoir, a single unit, a 1 cent. Yes, I don't know of who though. Might be something else. But I guess it will be something from the 1500s or 1600s. Anyway, this rough terrain is difficult, but we must overcome. Well, second coin of the day. Last one was about 20 minutes ago. And this is going to be a 5 centimes of not too long ago. I mean, it could be a big... could be lots of inflation money francs, or just 5. Well, it's 20 centimes. Does it say 1968? Can't really see it. But anyway, it's not 1668. But it's a 20 centimes from before the euro. Wow. Oh, this ground is good training for something. I'm not sure what. The long jump. Anyway, thought it was a coin, but it's a button. Really deep. Really, really deep. Scratchy signal. Very deep. You never know what's going to come up. But it's this, a button. Have a look. There it is. It looks like a coin. But you can see there's a shank going on there. Not much of one, it's got to be said. Well, this is my excited face. It's my excited face. I think it's a Roman or something weird, like a Celtic copy or something. I don't know. But it's not a good old-fashioned single tournoir, double tournoir, liard. No, it's not. It's something much more ancient than that. So let's see if we can have a better look at it than I just had. But it looks like it says AVG on one side, which is Augustus, I think. And I think on the other side there's some figures, I think. But anyway, have a look. So there's the lettering. I think that's lettering. Pretty sure it's lettering. There. At the bottom there, does that not say AVG or something similar? But on the other side, down there, looks like something going on, figure standing, with an underline with some writing below it. That's what it looks like to me. And that would be typically Roman. Anyway, very exciting indeed. So I'm back to that spot where I found the Augustus Actium denarius yesterday. And see if it's another coin or 50 here. Probably not, but I've got to know. Well, Well, that's a nice find. Don't rub the nice find. Well, that's a thing. It's also pretty Roman, I'd say. Well, it's heavy and it's copper stroke bronze. And it's odd shaped. And it's lumpy. And I don't know what it is. Bottle opener. Bottle opener. Don't think so somehow. Closed on the top there probably. Anyway, that's going in the pocket. This is my excited face. This is my very excited face. Well, I found that kind of funny ball-shaped, bottle opener thing. And I just got another signal. And here it is. And this is, back there is where I found the denarius of Augustus. And this is definitely another Roman. Well, I think it is. I'll have a close look in a minute. But let's have a look. It's come out, it's just got Roman written all over it. So let's have a look. So I might have just got myself another Roman hotspot. And there it is. That's got to be Roman. That's just got to be a Roman minim. Well, I've got another coin in here. Don't think it's Roman. Pretty deep. Think it's probably going to be a double turn wire liard, but don't know because it's covered in mud. Could be something completely different. So let's go and have a look. So here it is. And try not to fall over backwards. Yeah, you see that's sort of double turn noir thickness. So that's my guess. Double turn noir. Yeah, double turn noir 1600s. Well, this is getting interesting. I'm stumbling around here. It's not really that rough, but my feet, they're not that good. Anyway, got another coin. Pretty sure it's a Roman. It's covered in mud, but it's the right shape and size. Now, it's by a very interesting feature. It's interesting because I wouldn't expect stuff around here, but have a look. So there, let's see if I can press the zooming in, is a big kind of quagmire pond thing. So maybe it was a pond, and maybe the farmer's just filling it in, and therefore make it just like a quagmire rather than a pond. So maybe there's a house around here, but I'm about, 30 yards away from that pond there. And in my hand, I have a coin. Let's have a look at it. So there you are. That is your classic Roman minim size. Could be a button, of course. I haven't actually proven it's not a button yet, but no, it's not a button. And that is some kind of Roman, don't rub the Roman, or Celtic coin. I would say, well, Celtic's much rarer than Roman. So that's going to be a Roman small bronze. And might have some detail on it. Second one of the day. Oh, yes. I wasn't expecting to be here, to be honest, because this is quite a long way away from the first one, a good 100 yards. So there's a big patch of potential here. Very good. Very exciting indeed. Oh, yes. Well, mystery item number one. I've had all this excitement, and then, of course, as generally happens, it goes all quiet. Don't know what that is. It's a ferrule of some sort, I think. But anyway, in the pocket it goes. Well, it's another coin. Finally, after quite a long time. That could be Roman. It kind of looks like two people standing with a shield there. But of course, you never know till you know. So I'd like that to be a Roman. Could be very worn Roman. Or it could be, it's very thin, could be just a denier. Just a denier. Well, there is a coin. It's only a few inches past that last denier. I thought it was a denier anyway. And here's another one. Another coin. It's got a decent patina on it. Unlike the other one. Well, I don't know. It's quite fat. Got to give it a bit of the old rub on the magic trousers, as Cleggy would say. Hey there, Cleggy, hope you're watching. So let's have a look. Not exactly giving away its secrets, is it? Don't know. Probably a denier. Well, this is an interesting thing. It looks like maybe a knife handle. Don't know, we'll know when we clean it up. But it's got like these ribbons down both sides. Not by accident, I should think. So that's an interesting artifact. No idea what it is. If you know, post below. Well, that's a little button. Silver button, maybe silver plate. Well, I'm out in the wilderness by a lovely forest full of bluebells and white flowers at the beginning of spring. What could be better? So what a beautiful spot. A bed of bluebells and white daisies, just as the trees come out. Well, a little piece of spring heaven. So we're not having much luck today, but we did just get this thimble. It's blooming freezing. I've been out in lumpy bumpy land, 2 deniers, and finally got something that might be something. And a button, oh yeah. And that, I think, is the throat of a dagger scabbard. I might be wrong, I might be hallucinating, could happen. Anyway, we'll find out later. Well, I'm back on that field in my Canadian trapper's hat, and I've got a fabulous signal down here, which means it's either a tin can or Roman silver, or something completely different. But anyway, let's go and get it. It's going to be a live dig because it's so good. I've got to do a live dig, and therefore going to be a piece of a tin can, isn't it? Anyway, let's go. Well, that looks like what it probably was. That. Well, maybe not. Probably a stone. Let's have a listen. Nope. Well, they can't get more emphatic than that, which makes it, of course, a tin can. There it is. Oh, blooming hell. This is my excited face. This is my excited face. Oh, did you see that? I mean, I could put this bit before I found it, but it was just a brilliant signal. It could be a tin can, and it isn't. And you saw it come out, didn't you? You know what that is, don't you? Well, I know what I think it is. I think that's a Roman ring, finger ring, key. Or it's certainly a key. You know, Denarius, Augustus, Battle of Actium, sort of 20 feet that way. Let's go and see what it really is that we got down there. Well, look, I've decided when you find these things, you get carried away. You go, oh, here it is. Look, oh, it's the greatest thing in the world. Ah! And to the next piece, digging up a bottle top. So I'm going to try to make the most of it for you, because I should try to make the most of it for me. I mean, I've just got out of bed from COVID. COVID 2. Can you believe it? I got COVID again. Nearly died this time last year. Got COVID again. Nowhere near as bad, but you don't want it, trust me. So anyway, 3 jabs, 1 bad COVID, and COVID has the edge taken off it. You don't want it, you really don't want it. Anyway, down here, let's go. So there you see it. So let's get this all right. And that's it. Whatever that it is. It may be not a ring, I don't know, but it's a thing, and it's bronze, and it's big. Let's get right down the urn. Come on, urn. So you see that? I hope you do, camera. Anyway, let's get it. And I've got it. Oh, that's definitely going to be a key. Well, I don't think it's a finger key, like a ring key, but that's, well, probably not. But I think that's going to be kind of perforated. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's a sword hanger. Yes, that's what that is. That's a sword hanger. So not Roman at all. Well, it could be Roman sword hanger. I don't know. It's a sword hanger, so 17th century, 18th century, so 1600s, 1700s, and that will be a hole there. There you go. Not a key, a sword hanger, which is almost as good. All right, it's not as good as a Roman finger key, I've got to say, but this is a really old sword hanger, and that's pretty well up there in the sort of bucket listing kind of things that you want to find. So that's really, really great. Oh yes, very nice, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Field. Well, about 20 yards on, this will be a liard. You see it's thin, and that thinness says not Roman. Thick, chunky says Roman. Now this is very acid soil, and it's very low quality soil, so they have to put fertiliser on it and lots of cow poo, and that does for the coins. Well, copper ones anyway. Bronze would be alright, but copper, gone. That's the forest coin. It's behind the field I've just been on. Wasn't actually expecting to get anything, but that is a coin. I think it's going to be a double turn noir, but it might not be. I'm hallucinating all sorts of nice things on that coin, none of which are probably there, but we'll see later. Yep, and that's a liard. So 17 blah, 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 Louis the 14th. Oh, I'm breaking my first sweat of 2022. You wanted to know that, didn't you? So this little road here was obviously used for hundreds of years, and it's not just something driven through these trees. So that's quite interesting, that. I might actually go down it the whole way, but for now I think I'm going to call it a day, because I've got a site I want to do tomorrow which is 13th century, could have hammered silver on it, probably won't, and I don't want to blow up my knees because it'll be the last hunt before I have to go away from France. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and like. Well, you all probably have, haven't you? Anyway, thank you for coming along with me, and I'll see you again at some point when I've got something worth showing.